Hello, I'm Amalia Goodwin with Slalom's Business Advisory Services and leader of our Future of Work framework, ETHOS. I'm here today with Lucy Herr, our Chief People Officer, and Dave Uhler, Head of Research and Development for Slalom. He's recently kicked off HabLab, an innovation and experiment group looking at the habits and habitats of our people as we design experiments for our future of work. I'm excited to dig in a conversation about the future of work for all of us. As we've seen in the news over the last several months, many companies are coming out talking about what their hybrid work looks like and their hybrid hypothesis and how flexible they're going to be. And it seems to be changing to more flexible every time they come out and make a statement. I'm curious, Lucy, your perspective. Is flexible work here to stay?
Yes, it absolutely is here to stay. And I would say the future is certainly hybrid and flexibility is an expectation. You know, over the past 18 plus months, we've all demonstrated that we can make it work, right? And so I would say, as I speak with my colleagues from around the world, I think flexibility hybrid work is really core to even the employee value proposition for the future, because we've been able to make it work. And now there are so many choices that people have in the marketplace. And given the war for talent, I would say absolutely flexibility is here to stay.
Great. Thank you. Dave, same question to you. What do you think? Is flexibility here to stay, hybrid work?
Oh, yeah. I think it's become more acute in the last, since February and March of 2020, and we've noticed it more. I think it's been here to stay in a lot of ways. So for a lot of companies, the reality of can I get everyone together in the same location at the same time? We've never been able to do that at Slalom. Even in the realities of just how we work, we can't do that. Our clients have the same challenges in getting their folks together. So, I think there's more home than there was before. But other than that, I don't think it's changed all of that radically. I think we're just realizing that, wow, this can become a lot more personal and a lot more me instead of just the way we work.
That's great. Those are some of the great benefits, I think, in this new flexible world. What are some of the other benefits you see?
If I had to think about, benefits for folks right now, it's you've probably gotten a better idea of how you want to weave your life, work life, the home life, the other stuff life, the part of life you might be supporting for spouses and family members, folks beyond you. So it's probably more of that weave that's come together. And the reality is, regardless of companies, give new policies and if it's going to be hybrid forever or we're all going back to the office tomorrow, I don't know that anyone can say that with any kind of absolute. I think people have now voted with their time, their effort around how they wanted to work. And now those people either vote to stay in companies that are supporting and helping them in doing their right mix of themselves versus they're going to leave and they're going to go somewhere else where they can find that. So I think it's really that idea of the mix of life that you want.
That's great. That's a great point. Lucy, what do you think?
I think absolutely. The one thing I'll add is I think the focus on well-being is more important than ever. The past 18 months have been unprecedented in so many regards, right? And so I do think absolutely, the focus on flexibility, hybrid, results in greater work-life harmony and how we can make work for you. At the same time, I'm really encouraged to see the focus on well-being embraced by corporations, right? I think it's always about how we think about well-being in a holistic way. And I do think companies have an obligation to make sure that we are making investments in our people's well-being.
That's great. Yeah, absolutely. And Slalom's doing a great job of that. Dave, you mentioned a bit about people are voting with their feet right now. And Lucy, I'm sure you've noticed a lot around the great resignation, so to speak, that we're seeing in the news right now. And Lucy, I'm curious, how are we thinking about this for Slalom?
Yeah, it's stunning, Amalia. I read an article from I saw a stat in an article from the World Economic Forum that states 40% of people are consider quitting, right? And I think, living through these unprecedented times has helped us to realize what's important in life. We realize there are choices, right? And so flexibility is important. And, the way we've approached it at Slalom is, as you know, is we're calling it our best for all approach. And our commitment, our focus is on how we can make work for you and your teams. And this is really an extension of how we put people first. We put people at the center, and also recognition that one size does not fit all, especially for a global company.
Absolutely. Lucy, I'm curious, there is this, like as we at Slalom are thinking about what's the best thing for our employees, we also need to serve our clients, do the best thing for our customers. How does Slalom think about navigating that tension between them both, in any recommendations or anything you're hearing from your peers out in other organizations?
Yeah, I think one, Amalia, none of us have it figured out yet. We really don't, right? And the good news is we've got over 2,000 clients, and many of our clients and partners are open to navigating through these times together and to figure it out together. And how do we collaborate together? How do we deliver meaningful work together? How do we make a difference in our communities together? And so I have appreciated seeing just greater openness to partnership and how we can do better together. I will also say it's one of the things I've really appreciated over the past 18 months is to see a focus on humanity and empathy. And really, our people have come, and I think not just our company, but all companies, I think, individuals have come to expect, hey, we want to see empathy, compassion, and humanity from companies. And I think that's a good thing as we go forward, right? Because we have humans who work at our company. It's important to be human-centric, people-centric, and that's a part of our ethos and how we operate. And I love seeing that as an expectation. And companies are committed more than ever. I know this is something my colleagues and I speak a lot about, is how do we think about putting the well-being of our people front and center? How do we continue to put investments in individuals and families' well-being? And also, how do we make sure that as we go forward, like we are inclusive, we are equitable in how we approach our work.
Thank you for joining us. Next, we're going to discuss leadership. We look forward to continuing the conversation.